it works is hard work, dedication, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Every night before I go to bed, I think about success. And success is what scares me every morning to wake up early. Like, I admire people sometimes. They can sleep to 12, 1, 2, 12 o'clock. I don't know how they do it. Bro, sometimes I wish I could do that. But
no, you don't.
I think
you really don't.
No,
you do, but on the other side, when you would do it for 2 days, you're like, you're like, I know, you're driving yourself crazy. Trust me.
But I feel like you got to be scared of something in life to keep you going. You got to fear something. Something has to keep you motivated. Otherwise, you become complacent. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like hard work and focus is what keeps me driven every day, and I will not fail.
Of course, naturally.
And it was just having 1 to 2 porn girls on set can be like chaotic, but having 10 to 12 who are competing in a dick sucking competition was intense. So at that day,
you weren't sucking dick, so why is it intense for you? Why?
You know what?
Is it their mental, or is like what makes it difficult for you? They're the ones sucking dick. Like, you're not involved.
Good question. But it's, again, like the overall energy of what's happening, you know, and controlling the room. It was like 2 girls were in a closet ordering pizza because they are the stoners or whatever. And then
high five.
You know,
everyone's got to eat, because on those sets, they don't feed you. You're on a low budget. Right. You're not getting anything. Everyone thinks it's all glitz and glory. But let me tell you, folks, it's not always like that.
And then another girl was like
Thank God for
crying
Postmates.
because she got dick slapped during the So she was highly, highly offended. Like, she.
Did you see someone, or you just liked the way it looked and you were just like, fuck it, I'm going to just do what I want to do?
Oh, I used to take my wife and my mom to the nail salon, and then I would sit in the little massage chair and go to sleep. And one time I woke up and I looked, my mama was right across from me getting her toes done, and she was like, boy, you should paint your nails black on some rock star shit. And I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Rockstar, and I went back to sleep, right? But I had a dream that I did it. And went to the mall, and a lot of people was like, yo, what do you do? And I was like, what? So I woke up, I was like, yo, I gotta at least try this shit. So I tried it, right? We actually went to the mall, and people were really like, yo, what do you do? Are you an artist? And I was like, oh, shit. So
just because of the nails?
Yeah.
Now, do you do your hands and your feet, or just your hands?
No, just my hands.
Just your hands.
Ty Dolla $ign does his hands and feet.
Okay, so I started booty modeling, I call it, and I hated it.
The Belfies got perfected.
Yeah, and my family was just like, so I know they were ripping their hair out. They were trying not to make it too obvious, but I know for a fact they were like, this dumb bitch left the fucking military to go put her ass all over the internet, right? Like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? But it was where I had to start, apparently. And it's where I put my foot in, and I embraced it, even though I hated it. And Miami embraced me, and the world ended up embracing me. And I had no idea that is where it was going to go. I could tell you, when I picture myself years from now, I picture myself super successful. At what? I don't know. I'm a boss. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be successful, right? But for it to be like people were so receptive towards me, it blew my mind.
A lot of you motherfucking youngsters don't realize this shit, but back in the 80s, like, the popular shit was in pop culture was like a real flat, long ass booty. They would do exercises.
Flat, long booty?
Yeah, man.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, they had a long ass day. You seen that shit? You seen them fucking the shit where it's going all the way up their thigh and shit, and it's how to have a flatter ass. And when I got out here in 01, and all these bitches wearing Frankie B jeans, and I'm out on Sunset, and you know what I wanted to do?
What'd you want to do?
Give these hoes peanut butter sandwiches. I just wanted to just be like, here.
No jelly, just peanut butter.
Just here's a peanut butter. Eat this, because I'm a Michigan dude.
Because it's basic?
No, because it'll put some fucking meat on their fucking skinny ass bones. Ain't none of them hoes had no ass. And like, I just like a nice fat ass.
I want to know about the 5 doctors in Detroit.
Oh, you've been studying.
I have.
Been doing your research.
I have. This is a private talk podcast, so
Yeah.
I want to know private information about you. Don't hold back.
Fucked 5 doctors. It was a wonderful time. I didn't have a condom on.
All at one time. Tell private talk.
No, everybody. They were friends.
They were all friends.
And I seduced all 5 of them, and everybody waited their turn.
So it was like they came in the door, knocked on the door, like,
Oh, no,
how
no,
did,
no,
like
no.
lay it out.
They came to the show, and I had another show after that show. And then I did that show, and then we all went to gamble down the casino in Detroit. And then I had a beautiful penthouse, and I forgot the name of the hotel. They came up, we drank, we talked. And I was talking so much mess, I started eating one of their girlfriend's pussy right there on the bed. And everything led to the other. And one girl was cheating on her husband. He's a cop. She got pregnant. And then the other girl, her friend got pregnant. They both got pregnant the same day.
Nice.
Yeah, I was awesome.
So 2 kids later.
No, they didn't have the kids. One got an abortion, the other one had a miscarriage. Thank fucking God, that bitch is crazy.
You had a real great family Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing.
So was that the craziest sex story you've ever had?
No, one of my crazy sex stories, I had sex with a girl in Chicago, and she wouldn't go to sleep. I'm laying in the bed, I'm looking out the corner of my eye, like, why this bitch ain't going to sleep?
This is after, like, you've already had your session, both of y'all came, and she's just, like, staring at you?
Fuck the hell out of that girl. I'll never forget it.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, because I got a cramp on my shoulder.
Uh-oh. Not the cramp.
So I'm looking at her, like, why this bitch ain't going to sleep? So I woke up, I said, is everything okay? She said, look, TK. She says, I'm pregnant, and you should give me the money for the abortion now.
What?
So this bitch got pregnant in 30 minutes. I took her by her arm and walked her to the door after she got dressed and called security downstairs to tell them what had happened, because I stayed at the Hilton all the time. But yeah, that was crazy.
That sounds pretty crazy, and I like the truth here. Do you remember how you met me?
I don't.
I think it's.
I don't.
You
Wait,
don't?
wait a minute. I genuinely don't, and I'm a little thrown right now because I'd like to believe that if we ever met, I'd remember it. Ooh.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
You don't remember. You don't remember. I'm a little offended.
Please don't be. Please
I'm
don't
a little
be.
offended, but it
I
is
might
a
have been
really funny
distracted
story.
or
It was a really
drunk or
funny
something.
story.
Yes, please break it down to me.
Maybe I can trigger your memory.
Okay.
So let me paint the picture.
Mm-hmm.
It was a convention. You came up to me and you asked me for an autograph, and I said, okay, what's your name? And you told me, and I spelled your name wrong because I didn't know. So I put N-E-O.
Wow.
And you're like, that's not how you spell it. And I was like, I don't know how to spell it. And you're like, N-E-Y-O. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they're like, you don't know who? I was like, no, I don't. And then you were like, I don't know, you were just telling, I don't know if you got offended because I didn't know how to spell your name, or if you just whatever, but you just were like, you don't know me? And I'm like, no, I don't. And so, yeah, I spelled your name wrong, so I apologize.
Wow.
So,
Okay, wait.
But you don't remember this? Because
I
that's like
genuinely
a big thing.
don't remember this, and
It
I
was.
don't. I'm going to tell you right now, that wouldn't even be my response if something like that
Well,
happened.
you asked.
You might have got a neo imposter. It might have been
no,
some dude
because
pretending
it
that
looks
was me.
No. It was
Did we
you.
did we take a picture or anything? Are you sure?
I don't know if you paid for it.
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
kidding. I'm just kidding that part. But I mean, it was a long time ago, and I do smoke a lot of weed, so my memory is very vague after like what the whole interaction and what you said. But I just know for me, like that was the standout moment, and I know that it was you. And yes,
But
so
I
I'm
wouldn't,
offended you don't remember me.
I wouldn't trip if you spelled my
Thanks.
name wrong. I wouldn't trip off that.
I mean,
I walk around
you did
introducing
then.
myself to people. People that I know recognize me. Hey, how you doing? I'm Neo. And they go, duh. And
Maybe
I go,
this was the
okay.
young you, because this was a young Miss Texas. So, you know, sometimes maybe it was a bad day. Maybe I caught you in a
Maybe.
wrong situation.
That happens. Okay.
But, you
All
know.
right. Well, I apologize for not remembering. Damn,
Well, that's why
horrible.
I mean, that's really horrible. I should probably take my gift back from
No,
you.
please don't. Please don't take your gift back. No, I appreciate the gift. I have to earn the next gift, because that's really bad. That's really bad.
Yeah, I'm offended.
I've been a fan of yours for a very, very long time.
A very long time.
I might have just been thrown at the fact that I was even meeting you. It might have been that. Yeah, I might have been thrown off my game a little bit, because I'm like, oh shit, I've masturbated to this woman more times than I even want to admit right now, and she's standing right in front of me.
How many times?
Wow. How much time do we have? I don't even want to.
I mean, I've got all night.
I don't even want to get into a number that size, because you might change your opinion of me.
Is that uncomfortable for you? We're on a private talk.
No. It's not uncomfortable for me at all. Actually,
Or are you remembering a movie I was in and you saw and you're like, oh,
no,
that's
I never seen a movie with you in it. And I've actually saw some very funny porns. One in particular, this guy called this girl's pussy a fur burger. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Fur burger.
Yeah.
Mine is definitely not a fur burger. I feel like that was like a movie. Wasn't that like in a movie or something?
Yeah,
sometimes?
it was
Well, not
a porn. I don't know. It was a
but-
black dude. He was fucking a white girl, and he just looked down. He was like, "Yum yum yum, fur burger," and that shit. It turned me off from porn for a while. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, I've never had anybody say that to me.
But the fact that he said "yum yum yum," like,
yeah,
sir?
that would be a little. I mean, some porn people say some weird things. I know there was some guy that I mean, if I never watched porn, I just did it, so
Yeah.
it was kind of weird for me. But if I watched it, I would definitely have turned it off because he had did this one thing. He'd be like, "Ride her home, Sally," and I'm like, "Who the fuck's Sally? And why are you riding her anywhere?" I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But I mean, I guess that made him hard. I don't.
yeah, I don't.
Different
know.
strokes for different folks.
I tried to get into lesbian porn, but I was just like, this shit looks fake, sounds fake. The pussy looks retarded. I'll be like, no, I'm good. I'd rather make a home video.
There's
and watch
three
it.
different things that are all
man.
questions. Okay, it sounded fake. So what are the fake
I
sounds?
don't know.
Like,
It was just
like it was just
exaggerated.
Like, oh my god! Or usually do that high voice, and you're just like,
yeah, and I'm just like, shut up. Like,
yeah.
Although I like,
usually you just like put a pillow over someone's
start
head and you just,
strangling
like,
somebody and shit.
you know, you make sure they're still moving. You know, so nobody gets hurt in this action.
Yeah, I
all.
like to choke. So
So you're aggressive, okay?
Yeah.
A little choking, hair pulling, spanking.
I could get there.
I saw a twinkle in your eye.
I'm like, no, snotty. See, God, that's not right. I know I'm not the best Muslim. I know I'm not this and that. But all I wanted is just to go somewhere where they keep food away from me and where I could just walk and lose this weight. With the Danbury. I went to, because that's what they say. You know, they control your portions. And they talked about these rolling hills. And it was in a place called Hunter, New York. I remember that. And they talk about these hills that you can walk and you can go to the gym and they have yoga classes and all this stuff. And that's what I was crying, like, oh, I didn't realize that was a prayer. It was a demanding prayer. I was demanding that God put my fat ass in prison. He said, oh, okay.
I don't know if that was a demand, but I get where you're coming from.
So when they found me guilty and the reporters wrote, oh, Farida Ali, arrogant even when she found it. Because I just looked up and said to God, oh, I get it.
I get it.
But I know you know that's not exactly where I wanted to go to lose the weight. But guess what? Danbury is 5 miles from that place. Now, if that's not spiritual.
That's big signs, though. I'm a big believer in energy and signs, and sometimes whatever,
there.
you know what I mean? And yeah, that's a tough one to like kind of like.
No, but listen,
to grasp.
It's the same thing. Danbury had the rolling hills. They had a path that you could walk. Okay, they had
how ironic.
It was the same description, and they monitor your portions.
I like the way that you think, again, because of, you know, such a strong woman that you are, you know, you have to keep a good, like a head on your shoulders. You're positive,
right? You're
funny. You have this like a, you know, eccentric thing about you that you just like, you know, you just have like this glow about you.
Private talk. So before, when I was dating this guy or whatever, I would literally go to sleep with makeup on, at least some foundation and a little like mascara and stuff, and go to sleep like this.
Horrible for you.
I know. I would go to sleep like this, and then like around 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I have to go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and then be like, good morning.
So you would do this regimen every day?
I only did that for like a month, and then I was like, this is a lot of work. I was just over it. I was like, look, okay, this is what you see is what you get. This is me. Get over it.
Because it's a facade. I feel like
It's
the same
a
thing as like, yeah, we
facade.
put things on like shapewear and this, that, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're going to go
when
home
you take
and
off
lay
your
down,
bra, it just
it's
sags.
just there, girl.
Look, take it or
me as
leave it.
I am.
I need to figure out who can stay in this list. I gotta take down like some people that they didn't really, like they were inside, but they were soft. So does that even, you know? So if
but if you're soft, can you really be inside?
like,
No.
kind of,
No.
like kind of.
That means you're shoving a limp situation
Yeah,
into
it's like I
a
had a-
vulnerable situation.
It's like,
and that means that it's not invited.
it's like having a dead body.
Ah!
Like, inside of
This
you.
is like, what is it, cold case? No, we don't want a cold
48
case situation. If your
First
vagina has
48.
a cold case situation,
It was like
get out.
it was
Run.
first. It was like first 48 in my pussy.
You transition into that's because it's not like just like a
Transition into what? What I'm doing right now here at Private Talk with Alexis Texas?
no.
Transition into what? Being an adult film star?
Yeah, how'd you transition into that from just like
Hot
your
seat.
regular
I like
life?
this. See, this makes you feel comfortable. I'll answer some questions from you.
Yeah.
Here at the Private Talk podcast with Alexis Texas, I want everyone to feel comfortable. So I want these questions as much as I give you these questions.
Well,
So
that's what makes it fun.
I agree. So you guys, you listening out there, make sure you subscribe and you like to this channel because we're going to get the real shit from Alexis Texas. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
So the transitioning of what it was. For me, I don't think it was a transition. It's something that, like you said, doing the reality stuff, whatever, kind of fell into your lap. It kind of fell into my lap as well. So how I got into the business, for all of you who are fans out there that don't know my background, it was the first time that they did reality porn, per se. So it was a company called Shane's World it was like trying to do girls that had never done scenes before. And I was the prodigy of that movie. So back in the day, because DVD world was really big, movies came, you did a movie and it didn't come out for months later. And also there's so much out there that it was like finding a needle in a haystack. So me being approached, I got approached by these people coming into a bar and they were asking these questions. Long story short, they called me they came into the bar. They asked me like, hey, if you want to do this, call me after you work, blah, blah, blah. They didn't call me. I texted them and I was like, hey, guess you didn't really want me in your movie anyways, because me being me, I don't like rejection. Didn't really want to be in a movie. I just was like, hey, well, why didn't they call me? Then they called me immediately and was like, oh my God, we didn't think you want to do it. So they're like, if you want to, we'll come around and we'll come and get you right now. So they kept me on the phone knowing that if I got off the phone, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not doing this. So they came and picked me up and still not knowing what I really got myself into, but got in the car. Yeah. Sounds so
This
horrible.
is incredible.
This sounds so horrible.
This is fucking
so
awesome.
I got into a car.
You gotta be kidding. This is incredible.
So I got into the car, whatever, and we were just kind of talking. And then, so we were looking for a place, and they were kind of basically talking to me like what I was going to do, blah, blah, blah. And for me, at the time, being a college student and, what they were offering me, I was like, man, I could pay a lot of things. And I would have sexual relations with this person anyways, so why not get paid for it? And there's so much porn out there now, like no one's gonna know little old me in Texas, never doing anything, so fuck it. So I was, whatever, at this point I was like, I've already gotten in the car. There's no really turning back. There was if I wanted to, could say no. But there, you know what I mean? So
But why turn back for what?
Exactly. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
So we proceeded to look for a place to do this scene.
Right.
And so we also realized we didn't have anything. So there was a flea market conveniently there. So they went to the flea market and bought a blanket.
Shit gets better and better like what the fuck? A flea market.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't.
I don't think I've ever said this story. Like I've said it to people, but I don't think I've ever said it anywhere that knows it. But anyway, so yes, the flea market, got a blanket. So then we go down the way, and in Texas, it's flat, so there's a lot of land. So we are driving down the road, and then there's an off road, and they start driving down it, which means there's somebody's land, and people's land, meaning that it's like a ranch or something. So it's like hundreds of acres of land.
Yeah, they don't know.
And they don't really know. So you think or hope.
Right.
So we go down this thing, not really still sure what the hell I'm really doing, but I'm like, let's go. So anyways, I'm doing this. So we go under this big oak tree, and they put the blanket down. We start, and this is, mind you, the first time I've ever had someone watch me, film me, have sex. No one ever filmed me at the time that I had sex with, but watching me. And so it was kind of like, so the first time I remember I was like covering my chest, like I didn't want anybody to look at me, but I didn't really know because you didn't know what's going on. And at the same time doing that, looking around being like, someone's going to come out and shoot us with a shotgun because we're on somebody's land. And in Texas, people can fucking conceal and carry.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't fuck around,
it's
especially if you're trespassing. So I'm like, man, what did I get myself into? Anyways, that didn't happen. Thank the baby Jesus. And so we did the scene, and then we went back, and then I started. So anyways, so they left. I continued a relationship with the guy that I did the scene with, and never thinking I'd ever do a scene again. he hit me up a couple months later and was like, hey, a company called Bang Bros wants to shoot you. Would you come out there and shoot with me? I don't know who Bang Bros is. And at that time, I don't think anybody knows who Bang Bros is. So I was like, okay, if I go out there with you, I'll do it. So I went out there, did the whole thing with him. And I was like, man, I really like this. So it was just like, I didn't know what it was, but when it came into the whole thing, it was like, I liked it. And for me, I was very open, always open about my sexuality. And for me, I think I express myself as like it's an art. And I feel like I was never afraid of my sexuality. So for me, it's how I expressed myself in a comfortable, respectful, and comfortable environment. So for me, the more that it evolved in the business is why I feel like it made me who I am today, and a woman not only owning my sexuality, but just experiencing things that I probably wouldn't have at certain times if I wasn't allowed to, or like given the opportunity in the business that I was in. So is there a certain song that if you want to set the mood and do whatever that you listen to for your go-to like love-making song? Mm-hmm. And what is it?
I haven't made love in a while.
All right, at whatever past time in your life, we still...
I want the truth! I was going to say good sex mood music is definitely like party always sets the vibe for sure. Yeah, I mean, some of the guys.
Feel free. It's just an open conversation. Private talk listeners want to know.
No, I was just going to say.
What guys? Come on.
You know, in my past, tend to be a little ratchet. So they might play some Future. But if it is up to me... That's why.
The problem with me is I don't have any fear. I'm not fearful of anyone or anything. And so when people ask me questions, I just answer it. It's like no big deal to me. But to other people, it's like a big deal, you know.
You say you don't have any fear of anything. Is it because of things that you've gone through in your life previously? Is it because, just because of who you are? You went through a big case that most people had never gone through or dealt with, back in,
I think it's a combination of all of that, But even when I was younger, I really didn't have a lot of fear of things. With business, I think I'm successful because I have no fear of losing. I don't care. If I think something's dope, I'll go after it and chase it. If it doesn't work, fuck it. I'll do it again and again and again until it works.
Persistence.
Yeah. So I think in business, my lack of fear has helped me. And maybe with the I should work on my interview.
Your delivery?
No, not my delivery, my lack of fear. Because I do say shit that maybe I shouldn't say.
I don't know. I feel like it depends on who you speak to. I feel like, there's a gray line that you teeter of like being yourself and still being true to who you are.
Yeah, but listen, we're not just speaking to me and you. If it's me and...
Yeah, but the people want to know.
Alexis, Texas, we could say whatever and it doesn't fucking matter because we're two cool individuals and we ain't going to piss each other off. The problem is you have a podcast where it's now going to go to millions of people. And in today's world, everyone forms an opinion, everyone has an opinion, and it's hard to make millions of people think and feel the same shit that you think and feel or accept you for who you are. It's like 80-20. When I did Wendy Williams and shit, like mad people was like, it was mad positive, but you do get 20%. Oh, you shouldn't talk about these things. I'm like, yo, they just asked.
But I think that's just at the world. I mean, look at me. I'm not allowed or supposed to be, a podcast that's supposed to be other than just sex because it's taboo. I'm not supposed to think and I'm supposed to stay in a lane. But I feel like as, where the world's moving with the social media and everything like that, you have to have an opinion. You have to state your mind somewhat. And I think that makes you unique about it is you have an eccentric energy about you and you do tell the truth. And like it or love it, you're fearful if they like it or not. You can never please anybody.
I don't really give a fuck.
Well, I know you don't give a fuck. That's what you just said.
Yeah, it was funny because TMZ, you know how TMZ runs up on you? Mm-hmm. They ran up on me and asking me about T.I. And I looked at him, I said, yo, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, asked me this question like I should care. I'm like, it's T.I. and his daughter. It's whatever he's doing with his daughter.
It's their business, not mine.
Yeah, it's his family. If he wants to check her pussy till she's 18,
That's his business.
But as a public figure,
no, but
you
look,
run
I
the
don't
lights to do that.
care. But I don't care. Like, I'm thinking about so many other things with business and everything. They caught me. I was just leaving a meeting with my guy Todd Phillips, who's the Joker. He directed the Joker, the biggest movie in the world. He's on fire. Me and him is talking about doing things. I walk out of there at TMZ. What about T.I.? I'm like, what? I don't give a fuck.
What about all these other things that I'm doing? Yeah.
No, I don't care to tell them the things that I'm doing.
But then, it's TMZ.
It's like you're on your own journey, and I'm on my own journey, and I'm on the yellow brick road, and I don't really give a fuck about things that's happening in the world that maybe other people care about.
I don't tell nobody this. Like, a
You
lot of my
better
friends
tell
don't even know
Private
I dance.
I've seen the videos that you
Yeah,
posted. I'm like, oh my God.
No, some of them you really want to go and laugh, get drunk, and go on YouTube and go with all your friends, and you'll see shit that you would never even expect. I don't even
Private
tell
talk.
people,
You
so
heard
it's
it
just
first
stuff.
here. He said he didn't hear it. He didn't tell nobody. He telling us. That means you feel comfortable, feeling good. Let's
Yeah.
hear more. Let's tell us more.
Actually, I never like to bring up my old past, but I was like kind of bullied in school, so I didn't finish high school. I stopped school at like 11th grade. But it was more because I was just like, I wasn't a bitch or nothing. I was just tired of fighting and my mom coming up there and just like, it was just like little situations like being beat because I was calling me gay for my tokens and shit like that. Just little small stuff that I love now.
Yes,
I don't like.
But
get
at that time,
sad.
it wasn't as
Accepted,
accepted, talked about. People didn't know, and people, and
Back
kids
then
are
it was
mean.
really hard.
I mean,
Now
let's
it's
be
just
honest,
like-
kids are mean.
No, literally now it's like I can look back and I can just be like, before I was emotional because I'm a Pisces, by the way.
Oh, I love Pisces.
So
Pisces.
I was very emotional back then because I felt like I always had a point to prove, and like I knew what my truth was, but I just wasn't sure if everybody else did. So I always lived like that. I always lived knowing that, but it was just like, accept me because I'm really cool. I don't disrespect nobody. I don't try nothing. I don't go over the limits. I literally grew up around guys. Like, I'm from the hood of Philadelphia, so like literally like my brother into the drug life, all that, like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was just easier for me to just be comfortable around guys because that's what I grew up with. So then I got into the aspect of always hanging out with girls because of my dance team.
Okay.
And a lot of guys started joining my dance team, which reroutes me back into my dance story. I went from having like 30 students to like 87. And then right before I moved to LA, I remember turning 22 and I had 182 students. And it was disgusting because I didn't enjoy my life. I was literally juggling like, this is the aspect of me going back into the clothes. I was doing bottle service clothes for like Starlets and like popular clubs in Philly. And then
Shout out to Starlets.
Yeah.
Woo, woo.
And like people
I love
also
my
had like in Philly there was a lot of clubs, popular clubs that people did like the whole bottle service look. So I was doing sets for like a bunch of different clubs, and that's what was making me my money and my residue. And then I started literally getting into shots. I would have like a bunch of girls go to clubs with me, and I would like have tube shots and have the girls be sexy and like pour them. We were making like so much. I remember like one time coming home, I was like, I felt like a stripper. I had like bags and bags and bags of 1s and 20s, and like I remember like sitting in the bed, me and my friends, and these were all my friends that I was putting on to work for.
Those
me.
are the moments. Like
Yeah.
I remember
I was
that the
dressing
first
them up.
time you get those bags too, and you're just like, let's make it rain on me again.
Listen, my family has always been supportive of me. So my sister was like downstairs prepping the shots because mind you, she was a licensed bartender. She did her school. She has her license. She had a bar. So she was pouring the shots, making different flavors. We had like buttery nipple, like pink pussy. We had all types of
So
shit.
you took that before you went to the club.
Oh, listen, my sister would prep them while I'm upstairs dressing these bitches, throwing their makeup on their face.
Oh, so
I'm
you would
designing
do it.
their
Oh,
outfit,
you so
their
genius with it.
shoes,
Look,
and we're going to the
because they
club
all need to
together.
get lit before they're trying to go out.
Okay, period.
Everyone
And then
needs to
on
like,
top
you
of
know,
that, it
it's
was
like a
more of
pep talk with the silence. All right, so during your sexual encounters, are you loud during sex? Or are you like really quiet when you orgasm? Like, are you like, how are you in the bedroom?
I think I'm more vocal than not, but it also depends on the situation.
But vocal, like being like talking and telling them what to do, or vocal being like screaming like Harry Met Sally, like kind of situation?
The latter. Like I find it's not very, it doesn't come very like organically and natural to me to like talk during sex.
Yes.
Like I can like say like, oh yeah, like I like that position right there, you know, or I'll like compliment my part. Moaning, it just sometimes happens naturally, but obviously like when I'm like getting ready to like come.
Can you give us an example?
Oh my God. I'd probably blow
pull your ears out, dude. Like
Let's do it.
sometimes I'm really loud. No, I can't.
I'll turn your mic all the way down. Let's do it.
No.
We want to hear it.
Okay, but I might need some help.
Okay. Okay. What you want, girl? What you want?
Girl, don't play with me like that. We've been friends for a long time. Are we really gonna cross
Truth
this?
with Texas.
Let's just say I'm really loud. No, really, like I'm like so self-conscious
So,
right now.
like,
about
the neighbors
screaming
are
as
going
loud.
to-
The
they're gonna
neighbors will
like-
know their name.
So you're not going to show us your masturbation orgasm.
Oh my
any of it.
God.
Just you can't be like Harry Met Sally. Just do the like. Come on, moan it out a little bit.
No, because I don't feel like I could.
Look, I'll put it all the way down for
reenact
you.
it.
I think you can do it. I have faith in you. Woman power. Put that cape on, Lux. Let's do it. Truth with Texas. We want you to moan. We want you to scream. We want to hear how you orgasm. Private Talk wants to know. My listeners want to know out there. You better subscribe and like to this channel right now because she's going to do it. I can feel it. It's like the tip. It's getting harder and harder. She's right there. She's right there.
Fuck, dude. Like, oh my God. Can I
can
like
do
do
it.
it more like it's just not natural if I just do like the whole scream thing.
You can do a warm up. Do it. You can do it. You can do it.
God, I just want to melt into the floor right now.
Melts into the floor with
My
Private Talk.
brother's upstairs too.
He has earmuffs on. He's,
He does?
Yeah. Earmuffs. He can't hear you.
Okay. Oh, so you have to be specific. Is it an orgasm when I am with a man or with a woman?
Which one's louder?
Woman.
All right, let's do the woman.
Oh my God.
Give it to us, Lexi Boo.
right,
We
okay,
want to
okay,
hear
okay.
it. You can do it. Put your booty into it. You're already sweating. Look, it's like it's real.
I am sweating. Oh my God, my lashes are going everywhere. I'm nervous right now.
I like it.
Okay. If it's a woman, okay.
It's a woman. She's on top of
All
you.
right,
She's
all right.
touching your nipples right now. She's touching your clit.
Oh, yeah,
She's
let's
doing
help
some
it.
things to
Okay.
you. She's making you all hot and bothered. What are you
Yes.
gonna do, Lux?
Oh my God.
What are you gonna do, Lux?
my God, I'm gonna come.
Give it to Private
Oh
Talk.
my God.
Give it to us.
Oh my God.
I like that. I like that. See, that wasn't that loud. That was good. I would be.
It was a little more tame.
I like it. So is that a man?
No, that was
See, my words helped you. See, it was.
I'm sweating.
I like this Private Talk. You see it, you hear it. Lux just gave us that. It was like Harry Met Sally, but with Lux Met Texas. That's kind of like.
Wow. I like that.
So you don't have like a celebrity crush that you're thinking of while you're masturbating?
Oh no.
No?
I don't think I really have one. A celebrity.
You don't have a
crush?
celebrity crush?
I do, but I don't think about him during sex.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Yeah, I love Machine Gun Kelly, and I don't know why. I think
He's a good one.
sexy little white boy.
He's gonna be on the Private Talk too.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. He's very sexy. I should tell him. I'll let him know to slide in the DMs.
Okay.
I'll let him know.
right.
He's definitely a true like connoisseur of like everything that exudes like I don't know, just realness. So it's I feel like when someone's real in their own skin, that they exude like
Yeah.
sexiness or like
Yeah.
just like how a man
Comfortable with
touches a
himself,
man or
yeah.
someone. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a man touches a woman, not a
I
man
know what
touches
you
a
mean.
man. But my bad. Rewind.
But even
I don't
with
mean
that,
that.
like, hey.
But you know, but the sensuality of like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It just I like to someone just be confident.
Yeah.
And ever since the day I met him, he's like nothing but great things to say about him, and his success is like he deserves every bit of it. He's been humble, like and super really cool to
Seems
hang out.
that
with.
way, yeah.
Really cool. I like that.
Yeah, man. I'm a hometown kid. Grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Typical LA kid. You know, grew up in the streets, the street life, the gang banging, the homelessness. You know, the single parent, the typical things that the kids from the inner city, you know, what I'm saying, come from coming up in LA. You know what I mean, so you know that was my background. You know, I was one of those kids who was fighting every day. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a fight because that's the way of life, but it's a fight for survival. You know what I mean? From, just being in an environment of where you have to pick a side, whether you're a blood or a Crip, you know what I mean? And just having, pretty much very humble beginnings where we didn't have much. And it was, you have to go out and get it if you want it. You know what I mean?
What's the craziest place you've ever had sex, Amada?
Oh my God.
Are you part of the Mile High Club?
The craziest place? I don't recall the craziest place. I mean, that I had sex. Does oral count?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, like, I don't even think that's that crazy these days. But I mean, in the plane, and I
So
personally
you've given head in the plane.
Oh my God, Lord! I have a fetish for balconies.
I like that too.
I like balconies. Does that mean that I like to be seen? Oh my God, I can't do
Kinda.
that these days. Back in the days, it was hot and it was cute.
So you like hotel balconies? Got it. Check.
Yes, but I can't do that
hear that
anymore.
private talk.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
But
I have to be,
if it's late at night.
If you see a big afro from a balcony somewhere, please, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Private talk. We like it. We like it a lot.
No, like I said, I think you should have fun with sex. You know.
So fake ass and real ass. What is your thoughts?
I've never been a surgery kind of guy. Like some women are so fucking fine that you just like, you know, them fake titties or something. You like, I take it. I'm not gonna turn it down if it comes with all that. But I'll be the one who's there outside the medical place right before you go in and get your new big titties.
Don't do it. You're picketing and be like, don't do it. Even titties.
You know, I like little titties, so it's like I actually just like natural. I'm one of those guys
But that's hard to find these days, especially in LA.
Okay, especially in LA, but it's still going on around the world. Naturals.
I feel like it, but I feel like now it's because it's
a lot of natural where you're from.
So glorified, yes, because it's very like curvy women, and you know we like to eat fried food a lot, and it's very delicious, and you know everything's bigger in Texas.
You remember Anna Nicole Smith when she was young?
Yes, I've got compared to her.
I like a big, thick woman like that. It just happens natural. But then if your God-given gift was a nice slim body and you're great and you're beautiful, I like it.
You like it.
I don't think that you should, if you were born with a little ass and little titties, I don't think you're meant to go blow that shit the fuck up. It looks funny.
I think so too. I think people are going like outrageous, and it's just
It looks funny. It looks funny.
Not only like that, but it's like health reasons. Like, why put foreign objects in your body?
I mean, we love it when we go, oh my God, your ass looks so great, and it's like fake, but it looks good. But that's 1 in 100.
But sometimes I feel like you can't even tell anymore.
Like you shouldn't. Okay, you know when a chick gets a great boob job and everybody goes, "Hey guys, come check this out," and everybody's like standing around going like weighing them and like going, "These are amazing. Who did
you can't
these?"
Feel anything?
That's her fucking titty job. She's the fucking lottery winner of titty jobs. You go try and get that same titty job from that same doctor. It's gonna be like
botched up,
cockeyed titty nipples.
I mean, there's a whole series called Botched on that whole thing. Like it's a real thing.
I can't watch Dr. Pimple and Botched and all that shit.
I can't do the pimple thing. That really scares. I can't even watch Botched really either. Like the story I can, but once they start doing surgery and like doing it, it really kind of I can't.
Chick, it's like I can't even sit down anymore. I can't drive my car. I have to sleep on my stomach. You can't even get fucked. You went and got a big ass fake booty. Now you can't even get fucked from the back. What the fuck?
Is that your favorite position from the back?
I would have to say any of my favorite positions all consist of face to face.
Most embarrassing sexual experience.
I was jacking off.
You swallowed real deep. I liked it.
Look,
feeling it real.
I was jacking off so much that whole day, and a bitch that I always wanted to fuck finally called me. So I said, "Damn, I've been talking all this shit. How I go long and straight." Well, I had been jacking out all day, and I said, "Dang, I don't want to pass this opportunity up. Cause I might not never get to hit this bitch again." So boom, I tell her, "Go on, pull up." She pop out. So boom, she come in there. Man, that dick wouldn't get up, save it. Like, what the? And when she said, "What's wrong?" I thought, talk all that shit in them songs. I said, man, I couldn't tell her. I've been jacking off all nigga. This she could be like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing?
So was she like sucking it? Nothing happened.
Nothing. She said, bro, I'm tired of sucking your dick, bro. Like, come on, bro. What you on my list?
How long was the time frame? Like
I was
5,
like,
10
man,
minutes?
let me tell you. So then, boom, I had to go in the bathroom and give myself the little self-talk in the mirror.
What's the self-talk? Let us know.
I was in the mirror like, Ty, like, bro, what you on, bro? You tripping. This bitch in that ass fat. Fool, just think about it. I said, just think about it. Boom. I walk back in there. I say, come on. So boom. She get to eating that dick again. That bitch wouldn't even get on medium hard. Like she was sucking a gummy worm. She said, hell nah. See, you need to stop doing drugs. I said, bro, I don't do nothing. You got to be doing something. I done came all the way over. I thought she ain't never want to give me none. No.
I done clutch my pearls, touch my mouth. I'm flabbergasted.
Bro.
And
I tried to hit her when I was ready again. Like, nah, I'm ready.
you gotta mess up your chance.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm ready, run it. She like, nah,
No,
yeah.
because that's how she thinks you are.
Now she think that's how I am, and I be trying to tell her, bro, I'm not like this. But
You know, after that story, I don't know private talk. Is that how you are?
Nah, because I don't do that. That's
No, but that was the most embarrassing.
I was
one.
going through something, so I don't even know why. Look,
Okay, but this is the thing. Pause.
I couldn't get no ass.
Okay, but pause.
So I was just jacking
But
off
this
on it.
is the problem out there, private talk, and we're gonna dissect this because the real problem is that if you would have just told her and been honest
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, I was jacking off all day, and it's nothing about you, so no one could make my dick hard," would probably make you get a call back more than you just letting this poor girl work and her being like, "What the fuck, motherfucker?"
Yeah.
Like that's the
But
most
see, let me tell you what
worst
happened.
situation to be in. And let me tell you, private talk.
Let me see what me tell you though. What happened? See,
Sometimes
I
that
end
happens.
up hitting her homegirls. I hit two of her homegirls.
You're too late.
And they told her.
Once you got a soft,
Yeah,
you know
I
what
know.
you say, a mediums. What?
Yeah,
did you
but they
say?
told that she was sucking a gummy worm.
The gummy worm.
Yeah, that bitch ain't getting enough for nothing. I hit two of her homegirls and they was telling her, "Girl, you sure? Cause he fucked the shit out of me." Like, she was like, "I'm telling y'all, I went over there. That nigga dick would not get on hard." So it was like, it was cool cause she never gave me no, but she had two of her friends to vouch for me. Like, just that day, bro. I just
But how
never
does that make a girl feel any more secure? My two
Cause-
friends vouched for me and they fucked you good, but my pussy didn't.
cause she know,
You're not making
cause I
your
want her to
case
know,
any more
cause I
better.
want her to know.
No, it
I
needs to be
didn't.
her.
I jacked. Listen, I didn't never tell her, bro. I was jacking off all day. But she, even though she
But
don't
that's
know
what I'm
that,
saying. The problem, you should have told her,
I
and she
can't be
probably
tell-
would have
I
called
don't
you
be
back.
telling
But
nobody
that's
that.
being honest. Because let me tell you, I've had people in my professional business.
I'll
in
tell
porn,
you, you're a
no,
person
but
porn,
no, what I'm
so
saying. But in porn
y'all
for
understand.
myself, that's not about you for a second. When we're talking about me, about the thing, because I'm saying in this relation is why, as the girl part, I'm like telling you is what she thinks is
Yeah.
probably, is because I'm in porn and there's certain guys that never got hard, had problems, and I don't know what their situation was, but as a girl, you think, what am I doing wrong? Or what am I not doing enough? Or And sometimes, like later on, like I had one guy actually, he was like, "I just wanted to let you know, like I was up all night the night before and I just didn't, it wasn't you, like whatever." But for me, like all that time, and that was something he needed to get off his chest, but for out, girls think that. And that's again the communication. The more
I
communicated
feel
that
it.
you can be with your partner, and you can be that communication where you can fuck her and put your dick in her pussy. You should communicate enough to say, "You know what, baby, tonight I shouldn't have called you, but I wanted to hang out with you, so let's hang out and get to know you a little bit more. And I'll fuck you tomorrow when dick is all great."
nah, for sure. I tried to do that afterwards. I tried to call her
No,
back.
but afterwards
I
it's
tried
too
to call her back and
late.
say like, run this shit, become juvenile. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been doing nothing. I ain't beat that dick or nothing. I was ready. I was gonna go. That bitch was hard while I was on the phone.
She was
with her.
gone. She
was gone.
left.
So I had to hit her. When I hit her homegirls, I did that on purpose because I knew they was gonna go back and tell her. Like,
I mean, if I heard that, I would have been like, huh, good for you, girl. Not for me. Like, that's your homegirl. With relationships, how did, after being incarcerated and coming out, how did your relationship with your husband, do you feel like the incarceration kind of had an effect on you guys not being together? Or how did that happen with like the relationship
No, we
side?
were just separated between space. But I truly love him and he truly loved me. And there's no time or space or distance that changed that. Because I guess too, I was already mature. And he was mature. So my husband's, his strength, like he strengthened me. Like I remember once I was at a picnic or something with him, and I'm like the person that goes to the barbecue, the cookout. I have to have everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I may not eat the whole hot dog, but I got to have half of the
bites
burger.
of everything.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I had just loaded myself with food this day, and the potato salad and the hot dogs and the hamburger and everything. But like I said, I only take parts of it, but I was so full. But then it got dark, and it kept feeling like something was biting me, and all over me, just kept. So all of a sudden, I started feeling really, really sick, and I said to my husband, I said, I'm feeling really bad. And a few minutes went by and I said, no, I really feel sick. Like, I need to go to the hospital. He said, you feel that bad? All of a sudden, Lexi, it felt like my legs were like lead. And I only had to walk the distance, which I'd say maybe about 30 feet down the driveway to the car. By the time I got in the car, I said to my husband, I'm dying. He said, you feel that bad? And I must have passed out, because then I remember waking up. Because he stopped in front of my daughter-in-law's house. And I could hear her voice saying, Mom, Mom, but it sounded like she was way far away. And then it got closer, because I guess I was coming more conscious. And he had me sitting out of the side of the car, slumped over like that, and vomiting. Vomit was just coming out. So when I get to the hospital, the doctors, I was going into anaphylactic shock. Something bit me multiple times, or more than one insect bit me. And the doctor said what saved my life was that I threw it up. So the poison stopped.
Get out of your system, yeah.
But I remember when I said to my husband, I'm dying. And I remember this, he said, just surrender. Surrender your will to God, and you'll be okay. And from that moment on, I was able to process trials and tribulations in a totally
just letting go.
In a totally different way. It's like with the feds, what was I going to do? Okay, the only thing that I knew that I had power over, which is a great power, and that's what people have to understand. I couldn't impact them or what they thought or what they felt, and I couldn't do anything about the sentence. I mean, I could have went on the run, but that would have been stupid. I had to do the time, but how I did the time, that was mine. And if I can give that message to anyone, to let them know that you control how you allow something to impact you, okay? Now, I didn't suffer in prison. It was humiliating, okay? It was hurtful. It was mean, but I got through it because I was determined that I'm going to control my message to my soul and my heart. I have the power to not allow this to destroy me, because it's almost like, not almost, some of the evil people in law enforcement, and not all of them, I met a lot of good people in law enforcement, but some of the evil people don't belong there, because they're not just about a prosecution, they're about a persecution, okay? They want to break everything about a person and leave you with nothing, okay? And that doesn't help society. So you want to just strip a person of everything?
That's what makes it worse.
Yeah. And what I would like to see and hope that the president, the Congress, and the Senate, and all of them, they need to wipe away these felon records. They need to expunge people's records. Once they've done their time, that's doing more time. You know, and it's just not fair. You're going to arrest somebody, you put them in prison, you make them pay restitution, and then you still give them a felon record for the rest of their life.
Now let us know a little bit more about you, Miss Zara.
Okay, so I was in the military for 4.5 years. I got out in...
I got to give you an applause for that. I'm a military brat.
Are you?
So I am. My dad did over 20 years. You know, my mom is an independent contractor in the military. She does all the food service and all those things like that. My sister's is currently still in the military.
There you go.
So yes, I love all my military people out there. I appreciate you guys for serving and protecting. So thank you so much for that. Sorry for interrupting, but yes, continue.
So I served 4.5 years active duty Navy. I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, which I'm originally from California, originally from the Bay Area. So the culture shock of going from the Bay Area to Jacksonville, Florida was really bad. But I was deployed right away, so it was cool. And
Where'd you get deployed to?
My first deployment was to Japan, an island off of mainland, Okinawa, and then I went up to Misawa for a little bit as well.
What did you do in the military?
I fixed airplanes. So I was a mechanic on the P3 Orion, which not a lot of people do. It's just an old World War II.
You know that there's some private talk podcast listeners out there that are like, yes, that's really, keep talking to me. You know, there's different, fetishes for everybody. You know what I mean? The fact that a woman, we get so stigmatized into job careers that we're supposed to, or this, that, and the other. And the fact that you could do that as a woman, shout out to you. That's a big thing.
To protect the innocent, you must.
Are we all really innocent?
But yeah, so it's it's slowly but surely becoming public knowledge that myself and my wife have decided to go ahead and get a divorce. It's not a, I mean, it's not a sad thing. It's more of a, us realizing that. Long story short, I'm never gonna, talk bad about her. I'm not that person. There's nothing bad to say about her. She's a fantastic woman. She's the mother of my children, and she's always gonna be that. And I will always respect her. Long story short, she's got demons just like everybody else, just like me. And we realize that our demons don't mesh. And until the both of us get a hold of our personal demons, it's going to be just difficult for us to stay married. So with that being said, that's the end of that chapter, not the end of the book. Like I said, that's the mother of my kids, and I love her to death. We're going to be family forever. So, but with that being said, currently I'm working on, like I said, I'm working on new music, working on different things. And, art imitates life. There's a song that I'm about to drop very, very soon, a song called Pinky Ring. The song is basically about the way that I chose to, kind of feel about the situation. I could have went one of two ways. I could have, let this really break me down and put me in a place that was going to be difficult for me to be creative, difficult for me to do what I got to do. Or I could, take it in stride and keep moving like we all have to do anyway, So, yeah, that's the long and short of what the song is about. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. It's kind of a vent because I was a little angry when I wrote it, but but at the same time, yeah, that's kind of what that is. And
So
be
does
looking
the
for it
song
relatively soon.
Does the song portray, what actually really happened?
Nah. I'm not gonna do that. It's more. The song is not a diss to her. The song is not about her. The song is about the way that I chose to handle the situation, the way I chose to lift myself up and keep it moving, as we all must do.
Respectful. So I that's not ever an easy pill to swallow. It's not, I've been divorced myself, and even though it was something that needed to happen, it's something that's also a hard situation to happen. So my condolences. I wish you well and your family. You guys are gonna have to play it out however you want to, but as respectful as you can be. Like you said, you're the mother of your child. Exactly. But it's something that, like you said, that has to be said and it needs to be spoke about. But the more that you get on top of that stuff, the more then it needs to keep the naysayers. Like, it's your situation, your relationship. And, sometimes people either grow apart or, like you said, things didn't happen right now. So respectful.
Appreciate it.
Whatever hand that you've been dealt, you got to learn how to play that hand.
All right. Question for you. Is it true that you were locked up with Tupac at the same time?
Oh, yeah, I was Tupac, the Menendez brothers, and Rick James.
Do you have any good stories when you were locked up with them?
Yeah, I had to tell a
Share
joke.
With the
I had to tell a joke. And I was a young comedian, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to tell the joke.
So it was Tupac and the Menendez brothers and you all in a cell?
No, not in a cell.
Oh, all in the scene?
Yeah, we see when you're a celebrity and you're in the LA County Jail, you are what they put you in called protective custody, PC.
Okay.
It's for people who's celebrities, but you can't be in general population. So we was all on a deck. We only could come out 1 hour a day, out 24 hours, take a shower, make a phone call. But it's huge, and everybody wanted me to tell a joke. And I was like, man, I'm fighting the case. I ain't telling no motherfucking joke. And they motherfuckers booed me. That's not funny.
Well, you didn't even tell a joke and you got booed.
I'm talking about I'm talking about boo.
Boo?
I'm talking about boo. I wound up telling the joke, and they lost their motherfucking mind. I did this joke called, is this the bus to go to school? It was a joke I used to do back then. It was about a retarded kid going to the bus stop every day, and the bus driver left because he would go to the bus stop and say, hey, is this the bus to go to school? And the driver would pull off. So after the third day, his mother came with him to the bus stop and asked the bus driver, why are you not taking my son to school? And the bus driver said, because he always making fun of me.
That's so... I mean, you gotta laugh. So Tupac laughed?
And they all laugh. What's funny, you can't see them. You see, when you're protected, everybody is on a deck. You just talk.
So they couldn't even see you, and they were booing you before you told the joke?
You can hear it, though.
It gave you
I'll
that.
never forget that shit.
It pumped your chest up to make you tell that joke.
I had to tell it. That's crazy.
That's funny.
That's crazy. Them motherfuckers truly booed the nigga, and that motherfucker. It had to be like 200-300 people on that deck.
I did 3 years in college.
Okay.
And my fourth year, I just said,
What position did you play? I played basketball myself.
I was
so.
point guard. You
Okay.
know, I was a beast. I'm a beast at everything. I mean, that's why my name is A1, because I'm just A1 all around. You
So
know?
if I challenged you to a game, you think that you'd beat me?
I would beat anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah,
okay.
even LeBron.
Nice. All right,
Yeah.
LeBron, you hear it.
Yeah.
You heard it first on
One-on-one,
the
for sure.
private podcast with Alexis Texas rematch.
And the truth is, bustos is trains. And I think in Chicago they call them bust downs, but in Detroit we call them bustos. That's where like more than one person will fuck the same girl.
Gang bang, train.
Run a train.
Okay.
And so my dad had the habit of walking around butt ass naked, and I got the littlest dick in the family. And then I'd be running bustos with my black friends, and like we'd all have our dicks out, getting our dicks sucked, and you can't help but notice, you're like, damn, my dick look like somebody's nephew. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, this fucking sucks.
Somebody's nephew.
Yeah, my dick looked like a nephew. Like it was just like
nephew dick.
Yeah, my homie's dick looked like my uncle. I'm like, that sucks. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna have to start eating some pussy. Like I don't like the taste of it, but that's gonna.
You gotta work with something.
Yo, it's like X-Men. I needed a special power, and my special power was not a big dick. So I was like, I'm gonna eat the pussy.
Smart man.
And it was like,
because girls love when a man can eat pussy.
And
there's not very many that do or are good at it.
well, I was awful at it the first time. I remember the first time I ate the pussy, I was like, fellas, let me break it down. Let me explain to you how you eat some pussy.
Let Private Talk know, guys. I want you to subscribe and like to this channel. He's about to break it down. Rude Jude, let's get it. Break it down for them.
Look, you doing all this licking all around the shit. You licking in the hole and a little bit tongue fucking up. It's a clit, bro. Hit the clit.
What you do with that clit, though?
You lick it slow first. You start
Okay.
slow. You start slow. And that's even bitches giving head. That shit, like you numbing a motherfucker. You blowing my dick out. You just blew congratulations. You blew my dick out. All that good. Like, what the fuck is you, like, bitch, you having a seizure on my motherfucking dick? Chill the fuck out. Just start slow. You can get there.
I'm a mental health advocate. I'm an LGBTQ advocate. A long list of things that I.
I like it. You have to, that's good though. You're getting knowledge, and it's not just being. Some people just support it, but just having the platform that you've had, and coming on shows like this, and your social media platforms and your music. It gives that power back behind people that maybe not have had a voice or things like that, especially with the LGBT community.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that being in the music world has kind of had either a help in your career or kind of a downfall? Do you think that it's played either way?
It's always helped my career. Like I said, I've been in the music industry over 20 years. So when I tell you I've been openly gay, emceeing since I was like 12, like literally. And there's a lot of music industry cats that can vouch for that and say that Saya, she's literally been one of the first female MCs that were openly gay and really lived that life.
So you've always known from early on?
Oh, I was born this way for sure. Like I've never even been with a dude.
Never?
No.
No desire?
No.
At all?
None.
I like that. You live in your truth, you know what I mean? And from early on, like did your family and your parents, like how did they take that? Did they, did it just come naturally coming in that kind of sense being from, Brooklyn and?
To be honest with you, I've always been a little thug. So my family knew what was up. They were just waiting for me to say it. My mom that just passed in June, she was my parents. It was actually my grandmother, but she was my mother and father. So coming out to her was easy. Like she was just like, well, I was waiting on you. Like I love you regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually grateful to have experienced that with her because I know and have had a lot of friends who were shunned by their family because they're of their sexuality. So
Yeah, because you don't know exactly, at that young age, and that's
Yeah.
what's beautiful thing to be able to be and live in your own and your truth, and not having someone, maybe not too stern or this or not whatever. So I
Yeah.
feel like that has a big impact of how people really kind of embrace who they are. So that's a big applaud to you of knowing that for so young. That's not a lot of people have that. So I think that's really great how you use your voice now and let people feel that comfortability in your your music and your work.
Yeah. It can be a scary thing also sometimes, having the power to be the voice for those who don't have one. There was this young woman who reached out to me from the Middle East, had to be, I think, like 15 or something like that. She knew she was gay. She knows. I don't even know where she's at in life right now, but she reached out to me with the fear of coming out because out there they'll kill you. And, they about that life.
Yeah. Religion is, yeah.
So she reached out to me and she was extremely fearful for her life. And she asked me for advice. And as much as I wanted to tell her to just live her truth and be who she wants to be, in the back of my mind, we have a certain type of freedom in America that she doesn't have. So I was very fearful and very cautious with my words when I did respond to her. And I don't know what happened to her, but I just pray she's okay.
What did you say in your message? Do you feel to share?
Everything I pretty much just said to you,
you were just telling her both sides, basically, this is, if you do certain things, there's repercussions, unfortunately, because if it out of anybody's control or not.
Right. And it's sad that that's the way it is. Like when I did a show in Istanbul, Turkey, like even going out there before I did, like I was warned, like, a place like that, being who you are and living your truth, sometimes people will take an extreme offense to it. But I went out there and, a person like me, if I'm going to go out that way, at least I'm going to go out the way that I know I am.
Is there any places that you have not been gotten work because of that?
Nah, not yet, honestly. And I have a huge fan base across the oceans. Africa's definitely waiting for me to come. So it's like, I'm going to take my gay ass out there. We going to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I feel like the needle has moved forward a lot as far as, people being comfortable with other people's sexuality. And at the end of the day, like if I'm someone I'm just human. If I sit down next to you, I'm not yelling I'm gay and I'll fuck your daughter. Like,
yeah.
I will. You know what I'm saying?
I will too.
But it's like, I'm living my truth. Let me do that. And you do you. And either we could coexist or we can't. But I'm not gonna make myself feel uncomfortable to accommodate someone else.
Continue with your story.
So yeah, every time it was either you or her in my chair, I was like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah,
Her
blah,
is
blah.
Christina Rose.
Exactly. Because you guys had this kind of like duo thing for a while where you were shooting a ton of like movies together.
Don't say we, because you weren't involved in that. You were at a makeup
said
store.
You two.
No, you said we, as if you were part of me and Christina Rose.
Punch you dead in the face.
I punch you in your vagina and it'll feel good. But so she was a fangirl of me and Christina Rose, who was at a makeup store.